You made a very important statement, Alok, where you said it's not about the investors, about the customers. Aapke opinion mein, do you think that's been your USP, that everything you pretty much touch has just been so darn successful?
So I think sometimes we get lucky, right? And we must attribute the right merit to pure luck. But having said that, yes, I think there is a lot of distraction in the marketplace today.
That is exactly.
With regards to valuations, with regards to capital raise, with regards to how investors feel about you. The reality, and I've been in the investment business for 10 years, I've invested in more than 40 companies myself. The reality is, if you can build something that is compelling for the customer, investors will chase you, right? That's the basis of success.
It's not about anointing the investor, right?
It is also not about anointing the successful entrepreneurs, right? Many times we have the tendency to put entrepreneurs on a pedestal.
Correct.
Right? It's not about that.
So it's about the customer is what you're saying, not the investor, not the entrepreneur, the customer.
So if you can solve for the customer's problem, if you can solve for that in a sustainably differentiated manner, I think that is what creates successful startups. And that's that must be true of us, but it's also true of many other entrepreneurs, who have come up, right? Look at companies like Bharti Airtel, right? It is an entrepreneurial story.
Exactly.
Right? And I think the only thing they care about...
entrepreneurial stories, it's a fact, what Sunil has done, Okay, tell us, where do you see Indifi Technologies 10 years from now?
So as I said, our goal is to, offer a great experience to our customers who today are underserved. Over 90% of our customers don't have an alternate access to unsecured finance. And the size of the problem is huge. So in the next 10 years, if we can start to make some dent into that problem, we consider ourselves fortunate to do that. The problem is complex. There are very smart people in financial services industry. These problems exist because there are underlying infrastructure issues. But we think that the consumer adoption of technology and the data pipes, right, whether it is Aadhaar, whether that is GSTN, right, I think all those reinforce the kind of approach that we are taking. The challenge for us obviously is to use those, but at the same time be able to generate high credit quality. So what comes out of the pipe must be economically viable, and our lenders, banks and NBFCs must be able to make money using that. So that's the core challenge. But the size of the problem is so large that we don't even kind of dream of dominating the space. If we can be meaningful to the space, we'll be very successful.
Correct. In your opinion, what makes a successful entrepreneur today in the cutthroat competitive world that we are in?
So I think one of the things is to, as I mentioned, stay focused on the customer and stay focused on solving problems that are large.
That you said,
Right. As it happens, smaller problems have the same risk attached to them than solving large problems.
Right.
So sometimes we gravitate towards solving the simpler problem and leave out the big ones.
Right.
I think smart entrepreneurs do exactly the opposite. They try to solve the big problems. They know the smaller ones will get taken care of. Right.
Okay. That's
so I think that's an important element. Right? Certainly I think the partnership notion is equally important. I think I see a lot of entrepreneurs trying to build everything themselves. And that I think just slows down the organization rather than trying to maximize the upside.
So be willing to have
partners. And it takes it requires give and take when you do partnerships. So we believe that that's the right model for us to succeed, and so we continue to focus on that.
Well, we have to thank you so much, Alok, for being on The Big Idea.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Very, very interesting, very fascinating. Your journey has been unique. Your journey has been, I'm sure, tough, but you've stood your ground and you've triumphed.
Absolutely, and it's been a lot of fun.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you so much.
We wish you all the best for Indifi Technologies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Says Alok, the ethos that has defined my life is that there are more achievements ahead of us than behind us. Catch you next week. Until then, God bless you.